I can imagine that in and of itself would be for many a full-time job, just in there working with the Jeep. But for you, it's not. It's just, one of the many projects that you have going on right now. And so, we've talked a little bit about some of the incredible things that you're doing on social media and within thought leadership. And I'd love to learn a little bit more. In addition to that, you have a really successful consulting practice. And within your practice, you're helping companies, get into EV and get into the battery space. And you're working on projects, with, pre-owned EV vehicle sales, for example. And so have a lot of really exciting things going on within your consulting practice. Would you mind maybe just, touching on a little bit of some of the focus areas or even current projects within the consulting practice that you're working on and some of the capabilities that you offer within that arm of the business?
Yeah, absolutely. So since 2 years now. So before I started my own adventure, I worked for a company called AVL with their headquarters in Austria. And I started there really on the automotive group and the battery team and started building up my expertise, working internationally with lots of customers, really from car makers to battery manufacturers to recycling companies. And that was a lot of fun, developed my passion for that area, and then went ahead and decided to do it on my own. And so for 2 years now, I'm working with different companies. I would say really, if you think about circular economy, that starts where do raw materials come from to make the batteries, like nickel, manganese, cobalt, all those. How do we extract them? Then building the batteries, integrating the batteries into the cars, reusing the batteries for a second life until recycling. And so I have touched a lot of those areas in my career. And so the consulting projects that I do are with different stakeholders along this circular economy picture. And turns out that there is a lot of companies, either service providers or technology companies, startups, they have a certain technology. Maybe they used it previously in other areas, of course, internal combustion engine areas and so on. And now they want to get into the EV and battery space. Mm-hmm. So I work a lot with companies to assess their technology and see where can we use it in the battery and EV space, doing product market fits, assessing their technology, making the fit with what the market needs, setting up roadmaps, strategic roadmaps for them. So it's quite a lot of fun. And one of the projects I am very passionate about, the life cycle of batteries and aging of batteries is very, very important for electric cars. When you have a new electric car, you have what we call 100% state of health and this 100% range, which is, an average of 300 miles. And then once we drive electric cars, batteries are losing a certain capacity and are also losing the range. And it's surprising, but there is no standardization yet out there to define what is the battery health after a couple of years. And this directly turns into what is the value of a used electric car. And so I worked with a couple companies now to kind of develop technologies or services they can offer to people that want to sell their EVs, to assess the health of the battery, the value of the electric car. We're talking about health certificates that you can get so you can sell your EVs.